I'm going to be reading a letter from Vincent Van Gogh to his brother Theo Van Gogh. It was written on 26th November 1889, sorry, on a Tuesday. Anyway. So they have an archive of all these letters, and I love reading these letters, and I couldn't choose one, so I arranged the number, and so this letter is 823, letter number 823. Anyway, so here goes. My dear Theo, I have to thank you very much for a consignment of colors which is also accompanied by an excellent woolen waistcoat. How kind you are to me, and how I'd like to be able to do something good in order to prove to you that I'd like to be less ungrateful. Your colors reached me at the right moment, for what I had back from Arles is almost exhausted. The thing is, I've been working this month in the olive groves, for they'd driven me mad with the Christ in the garden, in which nothing is observed. Of course, there's no question of me doing anything from the Bible. I've written to Bernard and also Gauguin that I believed that thinking and not dreaming was our duty. That I was therefore astonished when looking at their work by the fact that they had given way to that. Well, to shake this off, I've been messing about in the groves morning and evening on these bright and cold days, but in beautiful, clear sunshine, and the result is 5 number 30 canvases, which, with the 3 studies of olive trees that you have, at least constitute an attack on the problem. The thing is, the olive tree and the cypress have rarely been painted, and the point of view of placing the paintings, this ought to go to England. I know well enough what they're looking for over there. Whatever the case, I'm almost sure that in this way I'll do something possible from time to time. As I said to Isaacson, it's really more and more my opinion that by working assiduously from nature, without saying to oneself in advance, I want to do this or that, by working as if one were making shoes, without artistic preoccupations, one won't always do well, but on the days when one thinks about it the least, one finds a subject that holds its own with the work of those who came before us. One learns to know a country that's basically quite different from what it appears at first sight. On the contrary, one will say to oneself, I want to finish my paintings better, I want to do them with care. In the face of difficulties of weather, of changing effects, a heap of ideas like this finds itself reduced to being impracticable, and I end up resigning myself by saying, it's experience, and each day's little bit of work alone that, in the long run, matures and enables one to do things that are more complete or more right. So slow, long work is the only road, and all ambition to be set on doing well falls. For one must spoil as many canvases as one succeeds with, when one mounts the breach each morning. To paint the tranquil, regulated life would therefore be absolutely necessary, and at present, what can one do when one sees Bernard, for example, is always put under pressure by his parents. He can't do as he wants, and many others with him. One says to oneself, I shan't paint anymore, but what will one do then? A more expeditious painting process should be invented, less expensive than oil and yet durable. A painting will end up becoming as commonplace as a sermon. A painter like someone who's a century behind the times. It's a shame, though, that it should be so. Now if the painters had better understood Millet as a man. One must work hard and with as few pretensions as a peasant if one wants to last. And instead of putting on grandiose exhibitions, it would have been better to address oneself to the common people and work so that everyone may have paintings and reproductions at home, which are lessons like the work of Millet. Mother must have been in Leyden for a good fortnight by now. Warm regards to Jo. She's very good, continuing to be well. Thank you once again for the colors on the woolen waistcoat, and good handshake and thought. Ever yours, Vincent.